January 5th, 2011. This is Polling You, number 23. Welcome and greeting, Bridge friends. This is Michael here from Bridge Hands. And on this lesson today, we're going to go up into the ozone talking about slam bidding. We'll also get into some more discussions on finesses and taking a look at some opportunities about what the probabilities are in bridge. So let's jump right in. South is the dealer. South, ace of spades is 4. Ace, queen of diamonds, another 6, makes 10. King, jack, fourth of clubs, another 4 there. That makes 14. And ace, king of hearts, another 7, 21 points. My goodness, it's almost enough to open 2 clubs. And looking at our working honors in diamonds and in clubs in those minor suits, some might say with the quick tricks, 2 in hearts, 1 there for the ace of diamonds, another for the ace of spades, 4, and another half for the king of clubs. Some might also want to go 2 clubs, but let's be safe and sane and make a 2 no trump opening bid. That's modern style, 20 to 21 points. Pass, of course, then by west for north. Oh my goodness. An opening hand here also. King of spades, 3. King jack in diamonds, another 4, makes 7. Ace of clubs, 4, makes 11. And the queen of hearts, 2 more, makes 13. So with partner opening 2 no trump in the south, north looks like it's definitely in slam territory, which we'd normally like to have about 33 to 36 points to make a small slam, 12 of the 13 tricks. So shall we do 6 no trump? Well, wait a second. We've got a 4-card heart suit, so just because partner opens strongly, we don't have to bid quickly. We can do 3 clubs, which is a statement just like 2 clubs is over 1 no trump. So 3 clubs by north. Pass by east. Unfortunately, no 4-card major here, so south will bid 3 diamonds. A pass. Now some people might want to use 4 no trump for north to go ahead and do an ace ask. I can remember when I began what we used to call Mama Papa Kitchen Bridge with my parents and fiance. We'd play 4 no trump always as the ace ask. But modern methods are where after a no trump bid, bidding 4 clubs would be the ace ask, the Gerber convention. So whichever way, let's say it's 4 clubs, a Gerber ask for aces. And pass back to south. Okay, we have 3 aces. 1 for the heart, 1 for the diamond, 1 for the spade, 3. So that's the 4 step, since the first step is 0. So the response is 4 no trump. Pass. And at this point, we know that we have all 4 aces. We have the ace of clubs. Partner has 3 by showing the 4th step. So it looks like we have slam in hand. No reason to look for kings, although we have 2. We know that partner cannot have but 20 to 21 points, and we need 37 for grand slam. So we'll be able to sign off and 6 no trump. Now, mind you, the reason we didn't want to do that before, well, if we were missing 7, notice that while we have a control in the diamonds and spades and a control, an ace or king, in the clubs, we're missing 2 controls in hearts. That's why we couldn't initially go ahead and go to slam without the ace ask. Okay, very good. So in 6 no trump, it's up to west to make a lead. And what do we have? 3 points in spades, another 3 between the clubs and the hearts. So if they have 33 points, we have 6. Well, that just doesn't leave anything hardly. No honors for east. So what are we going to do? We make a safe lead or aggressive lead? Well, when the opponents are in 6 no trump, we don't want to make an aggressive lead. We don't want to lead away from our queens. We want to let them find our queens. So we do have 4 nice spades. Do we lead the 7, 4th best? No, we lead the top of a connected sequence. Even though we have a break in it, we have 2 touching honors there, so we lead the queen from queen, jack, 9, 7. If we were to lead the 7 and the north-south are declare opponents, what they're going to do is say, oh, there's 4 cards higher above that. This rule of 11, subtracting 7 from 11, leaves 4. And south would say, well, I have the ace, the 10, and the king. There's 3. I might just let that ride. The 7 goes around to the 10. The 10 would actually take a trick in this time. In this case, it didn't matter because it's two doubletons, but had there been three, it would have made a big difference. So we lead the top of the sequence, the queen of spades. Okay, what next? South. Well, declares we always go through our rituals, don't we? Number one, thank you, partner. We're happy to see a nice hand there in dummy. No surprises there. Next, we count our winners and losers. Our winners in spades, we have 2 winners. In diamonds, we have 4 winners. In clubs, we have 2 quick winners. In hearts, we have 3 winners. That's a total of 11 tricks. How about our losers? No losers in spades. No losers in diamonds. In clubs, we have 2 losers from South's perspective, the declare. In hearts, no losers from hearts, because we can see that we've got the queen covering there. From South's perspective, no losers. So 11 winners, 2 losers. We're going to have to find another trick somewhere. Notice that we have mirrored values in spades and in diamonds, so there's no magic's going to happen on those suits when we're playing in a no-trump contract. So our friends, to make extra tricks here, well, roughing is not going to help. This is a no-trump contract. Finessing and promotion. Finessing we can try in the club suit here, and promotion possibly in the heart suit. We'll talk about that more. Do you know the odds on these probabilities? Well, catching the opponents with a 3-3 when they have a 6-card suit, we have a 7-card suit in hearts, is a 1 in 3, 36% chance. Not nearly as good as a 50-50% finesse in the club suit. So with the normal club finesse, we have a 50% probability, but maybe there's something we can do to make those odds go up even more with this combination. And that's kind of the purpose of the lesson today, is when we have ace on one side, king jack fourth on the other side, is how do we want to play the suit? Well, we said it's going to be 3-3 1/3 of the time. And the queen to be on side, it's going to be half of that. It's only going to be 18% with the queen on side and 3-3. Normally it's going to be a 4-2, so when they have 6 cards, an even number outstanding, they normally break, oddly, a 4-2 split. And that's almost 50%. It's 48% of the time. Fortunately, a 5-0 split is only going to be a bit under 15%. Well, one possibility is that they could have queen doubleton. That's an 8% chance for either of them, so we'd like to add that to our percentages, wouldn't we? And if we begin actually with the ace and the king and then finesse towards the jack, we have plenty of time to do it, and they're not going to promote that suit. Our odds actually go up to 77%. Now that's pretty good, isn't it? That's better than a repeated finesse, which is just a slight amount under it. So that's what we're going to try to do here. Okay, we got a good strategy. But of course, the devil is always in the details, isn't it? We have one other thing, and that is, do we have transportation to the north hand, which is the weaker of the two? Yes, we sure do. If we take a look at it, we have 1 entry in spades, 2 entries in diamonds makes 3, an entry in clubs is 4, a whopping 5 with the queen of hearts. We have plenty of entries here. So with 11 quick tricks and that glorious transportation, do you see where we have another less obvious play to get an extra trick? Well, with 3 dummy entries outside of the diamond suit, we can actually play several rounds of diamonds, up to 3, a couple rounds of hearts. We have the lead of a spade. We might actually be able to put a squeeze on the opponents. We've got 4 in the dummy, and somebody's going to have to hold on to 4 in their hand themselves, aren't we? We've got 7, so that means someone's going to have to hold on 4, and they might get squeezed a little bit when we start playing those diamonds. Let's take a look. Okay, we saw the lead of the queen from South, the declarer's perspective. We pretty much know what that suit is, don't we? It's got to have a jack and should have a 10. This time it doesn't, so it's queen, jack, 9, at least 4 to make that kind. Maybe it's 5. So we have a good sense, at least 4 cards, and we have found 3 of the 6 remaining honors. Remember, we have about 34 points ourselves. So that leaves the queen of clubs and the jack of hearts, and we're certainly interested in the queen of clubs, aren't we? Okay, well, that's helpful. Let's go ahead and go. So we'll go ahead and win it with the board. We have plenty of entries. We'll play a 8 of spades to show that, well, as much as we like anything, you might as well continue that suit, play an encouraging signal. And then on trick 2, we'll go ahead and start with a 2 of diamonds. Up to our ace, we notice that both of the opponents follow in diamonds. And after winning that trick, we'll go ahead and play our Queen of Diamonds. Once again, we notice both of the opponents follow the suit. Now we have transportation back to our diamond in the dummy. Diamond, diamond, Jack of Diamonds, and a pitch of a hearts. Whoops. What's wrong with that? Well, notice that there's 4 hearts in the dummy, and if one of the opponents starts pitching hearts, we know that person does not have 4 hearts, or they would want to keep parity with the dummy. So it looks like East is kind of giving away that they have no interest in the game. And that's fine when you don't have points. You just figure it's all up to your partner. But a good partner will protect their partner and not needlessly giving away cards that might give signals to know how we could play finesses through West. So that wasn't so good. Okay, remember we know there's at least 4 spades by West. Now we've seen 3 diamonds. We're getting a pretty good view on the hand with this person throwing the hearts. We could certainly do finesses if we only were missing one of the Jack 10 at this point, I believe. All right, let's go ahead and go on. Cashing the king. Look at this. East is throwing another heart. What's going on here? Don't do that, East. You'd have to have 6 to be able to get rid of 4. And I don't think you probably had 6 hearts, but since we have 7 over here, that would be no hearts held by West. Okay, enough said. Discarding a 7 of spades by West, somewhat reluctantly, but since there was a high spade pitched on trick 1, that I think partner East does have spades. Okay, we'll cash an ace of spades, and we see everybody follows. But look at this. West plays a 10 of clubs. Huh. Why would they play something lower? Do you kind of get the feeling with all those spades, the 4 plus spades, the 3 diamonds, it looks like there's some hearts, looks like there's not too many clubs held by West. It's limited the vacant spaces, actually, that it has. And you can go to Bridge Hands, the encyclopedia on the main part of the website, search for vacant spaces or restricted choice, another concept we won't have time to talk about today, but interesting topics if you're interested in a little bit more advanced study. Okay, so after winning the ace of clubs, it's time to go ahead and do that finesse. But do we want to do the finesse right away? No, we don't. Notice if we do, it would be a loser card here. We do not want to do the club finesse at this time. The club finesse we save till the 3rd time around, because it could be a queen doubleton, maybe about an 8% chance by either of the hands having it. Add them up together. So yeah, that's part of the reason we don't. Remember, we want to bring that odds up to 77% by playing the ace and then the king and then doing the finesse the 3rd time around. You see how that happens? That's an important concept, and that's what one of the main things we wanted to discuss today. Okay, we can go ahead and cash our jack. Don't want to discard a heart here, or they could take 13 tricks. We have to discard a spade, trust our partner who played a high spade. And at this point, we can go ahead and play one more spade. And after winning the ace of spades, we'll play a king of hearts. Everybody follows except East. Then our ace of hearts to a low heart and a club. A heart up to the queen. And we concede the 13th trick to the defenders. So in this lesson we covered actually quite a few different concepts, didn't we? We talked about opening to no trump with a balanced 21 points, with 13 points by responder. Definitely interest in slam, but we wanted to do an ace check just in case the ace and the king were missing in a suit. And from responder's perspective, we're not so sure about the ace or the king of hearts. We also tried a stamen, just because we have a lot of points. We can go slowly and look for a 4-4 heart fit in this case. Didn't happen. Okay, once they got to slam, we led with the queen, and West knew that having 6 points, that there was no chance for partner to give any help. So we led the top of the sequence rather than the 4th best. We then made our assessment. We counted 11 winners, needed 12, so we need to come up with another one. We had 2 losers, and we decided that it would be in the club suit. And eventually, what we had to do was to play an ace of clubs. We saw a 10 fall. Regardless, we then go ahead and go with the king and not with the jack. Otherwise, we'll lose 2 tricks. So we don't take the finesse early on the 7-card suit. Very interesting lesson. And by the way, let's say that your partner had a little bit too much caffeine and was really exuberant, went up to 7 no trump, overbid, and we saw we can only take 12. If we needed to make 13, we would play the hand differently. We would play an ace of clubs, and then we would be forced to play the jack of clubs, hoping that the queen wasn't over behind us, and then we would play the king of clubs, hoping again for a 3-3. So a 50-50 finesse chance, and then we have to also do the 3-3 drop, which is a 33%, so or 36, so that's 1/3, and half of that is only 18%. So if you make it and you have to do it, well, it's your only play. But tell a partner to go a little easier on the caffeine next time when there's only an 18% chance to have a 3-3 drop and the queen on side. So other than that, I think we talked a little bit about the possibility of doing a squeeze. We had mirrored values, and we went ahead and played some diamonds, and carelessly, actually this time, East played hearts, which was not a very good play. Even though there's no points, be a respectful partner. Help your partner in these situations. Don't show your partner's hand by indiscriminately voiding a suit. Good declarers will watch for this. And finally, signaling with that high spade initially gave actually West some help by knowing that they could hang on to their 4 hearts. They wanted to keep parity with this 4-card heart suit. Had they not, they would have given up that 13th trick. So we covered a lot today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. And once again, thanks for coming to Bridge Hands.